Hello and welcome to Pop Along RC. I thought I'd do a little, occasionally I like to do these little update videos. I think some of you find them quite interesting. I'm not too sure. Just going to show you a few bits what we got going on and talk about something interesting in the RC world that's just come out. Let's just get on with it. Right, got a couple of cars on the bench here. I've got the old Corrali Kagama 4, a really good car to get out when the grass is still a bit long. Carl and I took these out yesterday. That video will be dropping fairly soon. Great fun. Love the Corrali cars. Like I say, this is nice and high and really good, obviously, in fields and things like that. We put tyres out and we have a little go and enjoy ourselves in that respect. What else we got? We got the Mazek Hosim short course truck. This is my first ever short course truck, and it's I mean, Carl and I have, you've probably seen the video. We got one of these each, but I just want to show you briefly in here. Actually, I mean, it's pretty cool. Took this out yesterday. I have to say, I think Carl's got the edge on me here. He's a much better short course driver than I am, because I think he's been doing it quite often. It's one of his favourites here. Look at the size of this bumper. We've been running this around one of our grass tracks, but I would say it's more kind of suited to a good old bash session, perhaps at a skate park or whatever, because it's super duper strong. We're going to take these out. We're going to race these, and we really will see who the better driver is in terms of that, but don't put any money on me on that one. So last week saw us at the amazing Wheelspeed Raceway, where we did our Pop Along Vintage GP. Let me just put this on the bet. Oh, I've got so many cars. This is ridiculous. Sorry, let me move this. Put that down there. Yeah, I came fourth overall. I was really happy with this. This is a bit of a bender car. I got associated shocks on there. People would give me a good old ribbon for that. I don't blame you. I shouldn't have put them on. But it's so nice, I have to say. I would put on some Schumacher ones, big bores. Well, I haven't got them. These were lying around, so I stuck those on. Brief look inside the car. I'm sure you've seen this anyway. Lovely paintwork from Gavin Clinch, the legend, who now I send my bits to. Look at that, isn't that nice? There it is, as I say, Orca bits and pieces in there. Really expensive servo, Arrow Max one in there. But yeah, it's really nice. One thing I did realise is that the transponder, these transponders here, these little black ones, what are they called again? MRT ones. If they flash, just to let you guys know, it means the signal is not great. So I stuck it on the chassis at first, and these do not like metal. I had to just, in the end, obviously, just go forwards and stick it right at the front, which isn't a bad thing. I've got the maximum weight allowed on there for revivals, pretty much set up for revival this. And I've got MSP arms on it, the world's wing, and the chassis stiffener. Really, really nice car. Absolutely love that. It's one of that is my pride and joy. Next car. Right, we've got the first Iconic Cup round coming up. Now, we're not allowed the Mazda Shell anymore, which is cool. You know, they've changed the old goalpost a little bit, but I think that's a good thing. I think, it keeps it fresh. So I don't know what to do with that. I might give it away. I don't know. See how we get on. But that's now done, so I won't be using that. So I have got I'm going to sort this out. The Mazda. What is it? No, it's not. It's the Nissan Skyline GTR. It fits like a glove. Look at that. So I think I'm going to be. I think that's going to be really. It's just going to slip on that, isn't it? Let's be honest. No dramas whatsoever there. So we're going to get that ready, and I'm going to be putting in the Orca brushed ESC in there, get another motor for it. Thoroughly looking forward to the Iconic Cup round. We always do West London because it's our local, and it's such a good vibe. Absolutely love racing there. Old John Weston puts on a great show over there, as with all the events, the iconic ones. So we'll be getting that ready. Let's not forget this car here. the Fast Fox, the Wheelspeed Fast Fox. I've only used this once, but I plan on getting this out. I'm going to go back to hopefully DMS and maybe get it on Astro, see what it's like on Astro. There's loads to be done on this. I'm really sorry I've lacked content on this car purely because work has got the better of me. I've had to do loads of that, which really annoys me. But one day I shall be retired and I can do RC every single day, and that'll be really good. So yeah, loads more to come on this. Thank you, Wheelspeed, for shipping me out these springs super quick. So that's ready to rock and roll. Can't wait to get that running again. LMGT3, still loving that one. I can go out with that. Last time I went out of it, really, really nice. Probably the best it's actually been. So obviously loads more to come from that also. Right then, this is what I wanted to talk to you about. The Team Associated RC10 team car. This is my one. We have got some cheeky upgrades on there. Now, those eagle-eyed amongst you, if you've got Facebook and social media, which I know you all do, come on, let's face it, we all do, you will know that Team Associated have brought out a all bells and whistles version of this car. Now, this is actually pretty good, this car. Darren over at DMS Racing used this car at Popalong GP last year at Hearts and fitted it with some really lovely stuff. The Moto Obscura bits and pieces on here. Obviously it's got the Orca bits and pieces as well. It's a really, really lovely car, turnbuckle. So this is kind of, bar the big bore shocks that they are the new Team Associated's coming out with, this is pretty much, similar. This is absolutely rapid, this car. I haven't run it for a while. Last time I ran it was over at the Mill End track for the LC event over there. So loads more to come on this. But the point I'm trying to make is that Team Associated have come out with this new car. I actually think it's brilliant what they've done, because I don't know about you, but I'm thinking that the vintage scene is changing. It's moving forwards, and there's a couple of people online saying maybe it should be called retro racing. And, maybe that's not a bad shout, because let's face it, these cars with that car with big bores on is an absolute joy to drive. And as we get a bit older, reactions slow up a little bit. The vintage scene here in the UK is brilliant, really, really fun, relaxed, and you know what? It's just nice to drive a car around that you're not fighting with. Now, I did a little experiment last year where I put a brushed motor in. I think it was, what car was it? It was in the Cougar actually, and I thought, well, let's go old school. And it was a headache from start to finish. The motor was overheating. The ESC, I had to stick a fan on, and I just ended up the whole night trying to gear the car like we used to back in the day. And do you know what? I kind of gave up with that. So I like the way, personally, the vintage scene is going. What do you think? Do we need to rename it? I don't know. But anyway, new RC10 coming out. I kind of do fancy one, but this car's kind of like it anyway, as far as I'm aware. But what do you think? Should we get a new one on the channel? Put it in the comments. Right, over to good friend of the channel, Pitman Dave. Pitman Dave McCauley, absolute legend. This is his car. It's on permanent loan to me, right? And this is an original YZ10, right? Absolutely 100, well, alright, 90% original. And I'll tell you for why. So it's absolutely, I want to keep this as original as I can. Alright, I know that we're moving forwards. I just said about the vintage scene and whatnot. I'd like to keep this as original as I can. The only difference in this one is we've got an Avid slipper in, and that is from Albie over at Trick Bits, and it's absolutely rock solid. Reason being is you can't get the original lay shafts anymore for these well, you couldn't when I last looked. I don't know. You'll let me know, I'm sure, if you can now, or whatever. But you can't. This is going to be used at Revival. Now, I want your help, guys, because the diffs in here are absolutely fine. However, I am a little bit worried that they're going to let me down because they're very old. And at a Revival meeting, I want to kind of get through the day. You got any ideas? Please drop them in the comments below. I'm not going to put big boards on this whatsoever. This is absolutely going to be as original as I can get it. Is there also another way I can mount the battery? Because it goes underneath, and as you can see, the belt's there, and it just rubs a little bit on the lipo. Yeah, and I don't want to go cutting lipos because that would be stupid. So, is there a way of getting a side pack? I don't know. Let me know, please. The front shocks are super hard. They need sorting out, so I'll do all that. But I'm going to look forward to that. It's got a 13.5 turn brushless motor in there. I'm keeping that because I don't think we need a 10.5 in this car. And not only that, if I put one in it, I'm worried it's going to just rip things to bits. But that is an absolutely beautiful car, and that will be used for Revival, which this year is going to be one of our favourites, of course, the Hearts track, Hearts Nitro on the electric track. Probably looking forward to that. So, yeah, any ideas? Let me know. So this is the last one I'm going to waffle on about today, and this is an original, as you guys probably are aware, an original Cobra. The wonderful people from Stack RC have taken the reins on this model now, which I think is absolutely brilliant. So you can get brand new ones, which is great. So if you want one of these, and I have to tell you something, right? This car is massively underrated. When I first took this out, I think I raced it at Chippenham for the first time indoors, and I had a brushed motor in the back there, and it was I don't know, just a cheap, I don't know what motor it was now, but it was a cheap brushed motor, and I ended up coming, I think, second or third actually, and I couldn't believe how well handling this car was out of the box. And I pretty much can guarantee that the Stack RC ones are going to be just as good, to be quite honest with you. I might have to get one, but I've already got this one. Again, this is running just stock XR10 in there. We got a 13.5 in the back because, again, I don't think there's any need to overpower these old cars. I really don't. And, you know, this is special. It was a gift from a friend of the channel, RC Steve. So I want to keep that looking and running really nice. I've only used it a couple of times. I used it at the MKGP a couple of years back, and it did not disappoint. Really, really, really underrated cars. There was a guy at the GP at Wheelspeed Models, and he had one, and believe me, he was absolutely giving me a run for my money with my Bender Cougar over there. So a great car. Paint job from Puppy, that one. Mr. Paul Upton. Look at the paintwork there. Fantastic. Oh no, I've got a chip out of it. Look, what am I doing? Oh, I need to sort that out. Anyway, so there you go. Right, a little bit of a waffly update there, but the sun is shining, and I'm really looking forward to hitting the outdoors tracks this year. It's going to be super fun. Yeah, if you like what you see, like, subscribe, hit the old ding dong bell, and we'll see you trackside soon.